What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Amir's Pickleball, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my top 3 pickleball paddle options across 3 big box retailers. So we got one from Target, one from Dick's Sporting Goods, and one from Walmart. All 3 of these paddles you can most likely just go and pick up today after you're watching this video. Just a disclaimer, guys, these paddles are going to be for people that are just getting into pickleball. You just kind of want something other than like these really cheap ones. So, you have like these like really just cheap paddles here. I only recommend these paddles if you are literally just stepping foot on the court. It's your first time, you don't even know how to play, and you just want to have some fun. You don't really plan on playing too much. Okay, sure, go spend 20 bucks, get these 2 paddles, whatever. Sure, I don't blame you. I've done it before too. But once you figure out, okay, I actually like playing pickleball and I'm okay spending a little bit more on a paddle that's going to last me a little bit of time until I can acquire some more skills, and then obviously graduate to, an $100 paddle or a $200 paddle, right? So I went through and did some research, and I will say, out of everything that I have seen, this one right here is going to be my number 1 pick for Target, and I'm gonna tell you guys some reasons, okay? So number 1, aesthetically, this is a pretty decent looking paddle. It's all black. It has some gold accents, it looks like. So it's a good looking paddle. I don't love the handle. The handle looks a little bit on the shorter side. Pretty standard shape for a pickleball paddle as well. The big highlights here is it's T700 raw carbon fiber, so it's really good for spin. And also, it's going to last you a decently long time. Those graphite sprayed-on grits don't really last, other than like Infinigrit's pretty good. But if it's not Infinigrit, sprayed-on grit really doesn't last. You're going to want to get some carbon fiber, especially at this price range. And it's a 16mm core, which is, as it says right here, it's going to be really good for stability. Most of the time, off-center hits are going to be a lot better. So if it hits slightly off-center, you're still going to have some energy return, and the ball will most likely go over the net more than a 14mm paddle. So definitely you want to go for something that's 16mm. And it comes at a pretty decent price at $54.99. Obviously, there are going to be more expensive options that are going to be slightly better, but I will say those are at the $100 price point. I can make a video talking about best $100 paddles if you guys would like to see that. This is going to be for sub $60 paddles across big box retailers that you can go and buy today. So we're not going to be talking about the $100 price point. That's its own video. There are so many options at the $100 price point that you can order online. So today we're just going to be talking about what can you get just walking into a store, sub $60, okay? So for Target, this is going to be my pick. It's going to be the PB Pro 16mm Signature Plus paddle. Moving on to Dick's Sporting Goods. So as you guys can see, this says $100. I'm only picking stuff that's per paddle, okay? So obviously, as a bundle, you're actually getting 2 paddles with a bag and 3 pickleballs, okay? So as per paddle goes, it's at least cheaper than $50, right? So all things taken into account, you're actually not paying $100 for a paddle. You're paying $100 for 2 paddles, bag, and you're getting 3 pickleballs there. So it's actually a pretty sweet deal, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So it is going to be a 16mm paddle, like we said, and it's also going to be, I believe it's going to be a, right here, polymer honeycomb core. And so these are both going to be like thermoformed Gen 2 style paddles, which are going to be just good enough for anybody that just learned how to play pickleball, likes playing, and wants to get a little bit better. Yeah, this paddle is going to do you just fine, especially at this price point right here. It's just a good paddle. I think it's a good deal, honestly. And looking at the other options at Dick's Sporting Goods, it's kind of hard to beat for a 16mm paddle with carbon fiber, and it's also a thermoformed honeycomb core. All right, guys, so moving on. This is going to be my number 1, okay? My number 1 out of all 3 of the big box retailers, my number 1 pick, especially at the price point for all these paddles. And I'm going to tell you guys why. So this is the Rev Aria pickleball paddle, okay? It's raw carbon fiber. It's a 16 millimeter paddle, and it is polypropylene honeycomb core. And so it's definitely a Gen 2 paddle. I think the most aesthetically pleasing paddle out of all of these, and it's not even close. So it's very standard, black and white. It's minimal, like very, very minimal. Like the packaging even looks really premium in my opinion. Looks really nice. And yeah, so it's just a good looking paddle. And also, number one reason that I picked this one over all the other ones, it's a standard elongated shape. As you guys can see, it is a very regular looking paddle. Every single brand out there is going to have this exact shape, okay? So it's not like you're gonna have a, this type of shape. You see how it's kind of on the hybrid side. You can see it's kind of like wider from side to side here. I do like the flat top, I will say, but it is a little bit on the wider side. I think for me personally, I would want people to get used to one specific shape when they start playing pickleball instead of giving them a hybrid shape and then they have to switch over to a elongated shape, or vice versa, elongated, then they want to switch to a hybrid. But this is a standard elongated. This is like if you were to go to any company, okay, like let's go to Luz for instance. All right, so let's look at Luz here. This is literally the same shape, okay? You can see it's a flat top. You can see the side to side looks very, very similar, okay? So that being said, if you are somebody who gets this paddle right here, the Rev Aria, and you want to get a step-up paddle, you want to go from Gen 2 to Gen 3, okay, you can now go to the Luz Cannon. Why? Because the Luz Cannon is the same exact shape. So it's not going to be a night and day difference in terms of hand speed, in terms of whip on your serves and your drives. You're going to have a very similar experience, okay, but you're just going to have a different core. Okay, I really do think that pickleball shape matters because of head speed. Okay, so yes, I would say the Rev Aria is a great option. It's sub $60, as you guys can see, and it has all the good stuff that you're gonna want in a pickleball paddle. All right, guys, that wraps up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please give this video a like. If you guys did pick up any one of these paddles, please let me know down below and let me know how you guys liked it. But all right, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one.